Alladhina yu'minuna. Alladhina. You have to read lam with a stress because of the tashdid letter. When tashdid comes on any letter, you read it twice. It means you have to join lam with hamza first, Allah. Then secondly, you will read it by its own haraka, fatah. Secondly, you have to read zal very softly. If you read it with a hard voice or a whistle voice, then you will changing the voice of the letter, which is a sin. It means don't read like this allazina. Don't read it z. It's a zal. We read zal in Quran very soft voice. You have to touch top of the tip of the tongue to the inner edges of your upper front teeth. Allazina. Do ya madda when kasra come before ya sakin. You stretch ya up to one finger, one alif. You see this sign. This is called jazm sign, and ya becomes sakin because of this jazm. When jazm comes on any letter, the letter becomes sakin. This is ya sakina. The next word is hamza sakina. So before ya sakina kasra come, you stretch ya up to one finger, one alif. Don't stretch fatah on noon because we not stretch fatah, kasra or zama. Allavina. Only we stretch letters of madda, alif madda, waw madda, ya madda, and khadi harakats and mad. Yu'minuna. You have to read hamza sakina with a sudden jerk because when jazam comes on hamza, you read it with a jerk sound yu. Ya hamza pesh yu. Yu'minuna. You have to do waw madda. There is another rule which is called waw madda. When zamma come before waw sakin, then you stretch waw up to one finger, one alif, but don't stretch fatah on noon. Alladhina yu'minuna. Alladhina yu'minuna bilghaybi wa yuqimuna as-salata. Bilghaybi, you have to read ghain with a thick voice because this is a mustaliya letter. Mustaliya letters are 7 letters and they are starting from kha, swad, bod, ta, za, ghain and qaf. These are 7 letters that are always read in Quran with a thick voice. So read ghain with a thick voice. There is another rule which is called ya leen. When ya contain a jazm sign on it, it means ya becomes sakin. Before ya sakina, fatah, zabar come, then you don't stretch that ya. You not sudden pause that ya. So read it very softly without stretching, without sudden pausing the voice. Bil ghaibi. Don't stretch zair below ba. Bil ghaibi. Wayuqimu. There is a ya madda. When kasra come before ya sakin, you do ya madda. And qaf is also a mustaliya letter. So read it with a thick voice. There is a zair before ya sakin, stretch it up to one alif. Another rule is waw madda. When pesh come before waw sakin, you stretch waw up to one finger, one alif because of waw madda. So this is wayuqimu naswalata. Naswalata. ويقيمون الصلاة ومما. In wayuqi, you have to stretch ya madda. This is a qaf which is mustaliya qaf. Mustaliya letters are those letters which are always read in Quran with the full mouth, thick voice. So read it with the thick voice qaf. This is not kaf, qaf. And there is a ya madda. This is jazm sign. When jazm sign comes on any letter, the letter becomes sakin. Ya, before ya sakina kasra comes at the previous word, previous letter, then you stretch ya up to one finger, one alif. So there is a qaf and qaf has a kasra, and after kasra there is a ya sakina. So stretch it up to one finger, one alif. ويقيموا. Before waw sakina, pesh comes at the previous letter, then you stretch waw up to one alif also. So this is ya madda, this is waw madda. There are three letters of madda. Alif madda, when zabar come before alif, you stretch alif up to one alif like wa mimma. And also when kasra come before ya sakin, you stretch ya up to one finger one alif wa yuqi. And when pesh come before waw sakina, you stretch waw up to one finger one alif mu. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. Read Swad with a thick voice because this is also a Mustaliya letter. And read Swad with a stress because of Tashdeed. When Tashdeed comes on any letter, you read that letter twice. First by joining it with the Mutaharrik letter coming before it. Like you will join Noon with Swad. Noon, Swad, Zabar, Nas. And secondly, you will read Tashdeed letter by its own haraka but with the minor slight pause. Swad, Zabar, Swa, Naswa, Naswa. You will put a stress pressure on Swad. Naswalata. You read vertical fatah, standing fatah up to stretching up to one finger, one alif. You have to stretch this lam up to one finger. Naswalata. Don't stretch zabarunta. Naswalata. So you have to stretch qi and mu and la up to one finger, one alif. Come to the next point, which is tashdeed on mim. This is called tashdeed or shad. And when tashdeed comes on any letter, the letter become mushaddad. There are two letters. When they got a tashdeed sign on them, you do gunna in them. They are meme and noon. So you have to take meme sound into the nose and stretch up to one alif, do gunna. This is called gunna. Take meme sound into the nose and stretch up to one alif. Like wa mimma. Do alif madda, there is a zabar before alif. Wa mimma. So وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Ra has a fatah on it, so you have to read Ra with a thick voice. When Ra has a fatah or zamma, zabar or pesh, then you read Ra with a thick voice. Razaq. It's a za, which is a whistle sound letter, so you have to read za with a whistle sound, and you have to do kalkala in qaf. When jazam, this dal shaped sign, comes on kalkala letters, there are 5 kalkala letters, and when they got a jazam on them, we read them with the movement. They are qaf, twa, ba, jim, and dal. So qaf is a letter of kalkala, so you have to show movement while reading qaf. Razaq, razaqnahum. Stretch noon because of khadi zabar. You always stretch khadi zabar, khadi zir, ulta pesh. It means vertical harakats up to one finger, one alif. Hum. Ha you have to read from the last part of your throat. And in yunfiqun, there is a rule of noon sakin. When after noon sakin, the next letter is not a halaki letters. There are 6 halaki letters that are always read from our throat. They are hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. So after noon sakina, these letter comes. Then you don't do gunna in noon sakin. It means you not take noon sound into the nose and you will not stretch up to one finger. But after noon sakina, any other letter come except halaki letters, then you take noon sakin sound into the nose and you will stretch up to one alif. So do gunna yunfiqun. Read qaf with the thick voice. And also you have to do waw madda. When zamma comes, pesh come before waw sakin, you stretch waw up to one finger, one alif. But on waqf sign, you stretch letters of madda up to 3 alifs. So because of waqf sign, we will stretch this qoon up to 3 alifs. رزقناهم ينفقون.